It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Party, I'm a real go-getter. Rock a fur coat, but it's not chinchilla. Who's that dude with the master plan? It's Mr. Pinecone with the mic in my hand. I ball on a budget, got a bag full of nuggets. Living life to the fullest before I'm kicking the bucket. No time for the haters, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm the product of Anunnaki and godly invaders. You wanna go down the rabbit hole? Well, come along with me. Let me phone comb. Let me take you on the trip to the Pleiades or the Seven Seas. We can sail them all. Bring your dungarees and your toothbrush, your knapsack. We'll have a nightcap, then I'll bring you back. Mr. Pinecone's come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleaves, and this is Bedtime with Bleaves. I'm here to tuck you in tonight. And so I had an internet outage this morning in my office, lasted for a long ass time. So I didn't do any videos. I got to do one by phone. If you saw it, I appreciate it. Didn't know what really to say. I was just kind of riffing at that point, trying to figure out. By the way, I thought maybe what I would be able to do is somehow use my tablet to do the news, and my tablet wasn't charged. And then I plugged it into my laptop, and my laptop doesn't have enough of a charge on it. So it was a disaster. It was just one of those bad mornings. I felt like I was Sam Bankman-Fried and Caroline Ellison was gross. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, it's time for the news. All right, leading off the news tonight, U.S. House Committee announces a hearing on the FTX collapse. Because, you know what better way to symbolize the effectiveness of the United States government than having another hearing to go over something that happened in another country. I know a lot of people in the United States are upset. I know a lot of people in the United States are feeling bad, but you're not feeling bad because you lost everything. Or if you did, you were using a proxy and it was illegal anyway. So at some point, you got to follow some kind of rules. So I don't think that we know. Look, I'll put it this way. I don't know anybody that traded on FTX. If you know anybody who traded on FTX, you're going to be kind of an exception. You're not going to be a rule because nobody was really, there were plenty of people trading, but, you know, it was limited to off-seas and FTX US. Not the same thing, different company. A little weird, though, by the way, that they're trying to get rid of it. But so, yeah, the U.S. House Committee is going to have a hearing and nobody cares. Moving on, the lawsuit emerges against Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and others over FTX endorsements. Now, this goes back to something that happened a little while back where Kim Kardashian was sued because she was the face of ETH Max, I want to say, Ethereum Max or something like that. So it falls into this kind of category where she's being scrutinized, or these guys are being scrutinized, kind of in the same context. But you know, I think that the reason that Kim Kardashian was in trouble, and I think that the reason that there was a problem with Kim Kardashian in that regard was the way that she was profiting off of it and the promises that were made to her not that they were paid spokespeople. So, I think there was a different sort of relationship there. So I think, maybe some people don't understand it. But listen, if I do an ad, and every time I do a video for a token, I'm doing an ad, and that ad is just an advertisement. And we're not telling you that you're going to get rich off of it. It's a risk the entire time. That's why we say silly stuff like not financial advice, things like that. It's all a risk. And when you are doing it, it's a difficult circumstance to find those right projects. And sometimes, we'll have a project that I'll share with you guys because it's a paid endorsement, but that's an ad, and I'm being paid as an actor to do an ad, and that's it. It's not something that that like I don't get like a gigantic amount of supply. Now listen, I know some people in this space that do get a giant amount of supply that will only shill your product for you if they are a top 30 or 40 holder. They want a whole bunch of tokens. I don't do that. Full disclosure, if I do an agreement with somebody, I will take half of it in actual cash, meaning USDT or USDC, and I will take some supply of the tokens if they cannot afford my fee. I will do that. But so far, I have not sold, and I've been doing this for over a year now, or almost, I've been doing it at least for a year now, and as a monetized account. And I have yet to sell tokens when that happens. So, I'm holding on to a whole bunch of dead tokens because I value the product, the project way more than I value those tokens because it's about you. It's not about me. If I get paid for what I do, then that's good enough for me. Moving on. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic inflows claim new 14-week high. Until recently, institutions seemed to be washing their hands off crypto. As reported in several recent articles, flows were either negative or slightly positive, representing tepid investor appetite. However, now looks like the trend has already changed. According to CoinShares' latest weekly report, crypto-related investment products saw their target inflows for 14 weeks, totaling 42 million per the report. The inflows began later in the week on the back of an extremely price weakness prompted by the FTX Alameda collapse. It suggests that the investors see this price weakness as an opportunity, differentiating between trusted third parties and an inherently trustless system. So what you're now getting wind of in this environment is that we've reached the spot where the institutions and the whales are starting to get in. They're starting to eye on the prize, this whole thing, and they're starting to count their chips, so to speak. So here we go, guys. We're not there yet. It's going to take a little bit of time. As a matter of fact, as we go through this news, you'll see it's not really a mixed bag, but it is. It is interesting. But when we get to the end of it, maybe we'll summarize just a little bit. Let's move on. Should you long Bitcoin now? And generally speaking, the markets are yet to stabilize as the bears have a strong upper hand for 11 months straight in 2022. Therefore, the question arises, is this the right time to go long on Bitcoin, considering the situation of the markets? Should you long now? Analysts, are skeptical about going long on Bitcoin at the 16,000 level as they believe the market has more downside left. The negative outlook comes at a time when data shows Bitcoin miners are selling Bitcoin at every rise up, which means they're flooding the market. There were 7,700 Bitcoin sold in the last, I think it was a week or so. Data from Glassnode shows that miners have dumped nearly 77. It was in the next sentence. 7,700 Bitcoin last week, which resulted in an almost 10% decrease in their reserves this month. It's a lot of Bitcoin to be throwing on the open market. So then the question is this time to long Bitcoin? And the answer to that is going to be no. As per Glassnode, miners are currently selling approximately 6,500 Bitcoin per month in 2022, which is a higher sell-off compared to the last few years. So it is advised that no longing of Bitcoin at these levels. Miners yet to show confidence in Bitcoin. Generally going against Bitcoin miners is not advisable, and more dumps in Bitcoin are likely. Now, if you guys remember, before we get into the Ethereum developments, just the other day I said $3 billion in Bitcoin was taken off of exchanges over the last little while. And I said, that's a very, very, very bullish sign. And then it just dawned on me right afterwards. People were taking their stuff off of exchanges because they didn't want to get wrecked. So, a lot of people were taking it off because of FTX, BlockFi. The collapse of these exchanges is not going to be good for business. So what you're witnessing is not necessarily the pulling for a positive. So I take some of that back. I do think that we're still getting ready for a positive move, a big positive move, as a matter of fact. I do think that we're preparing for that, but I think we probably need to feel more downside. Doesn't mean that we're not going to just trend along sideways a little bit longer. And have a little pump and then have a little dump and then, just kind of dance the dance. But it's probably unreasonable to expect, and to be fair right now, today and tomorrow, maybe unreasonable to expect too much of a pump. But the jobs report comes out tomorrow in the United States. So it's entirely possible that this market, and I mean the stock market, just goes crazy. If we get the numbers that we're looking for in the job market, then you're going to see a liftoff in the stocks. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes when we get to the TA that it's really starting to have a little bit of a breakout. So keep that in mind and let's move on. Are DeFi platforms faring better than centralized ones like Coinbase? As analyzed a day back, the DYDX ecosystem as a whole seemed to have benefited from the ongoing crisis. The decentralized exchange native token has been trading at around its quarterly peak. If you're on VoltiChange, by the way, and if you're hearing me, I'm talking about one of the tokens that is going to be just like Volt. So, in fact, when zoomed out and viewed, it seems like the downfall of FTX has been a boon for the entire DeFi space. Decentralized exchanges volume has been a downtrend over the last few months. Just halfway down November, the number already stands around its 4-month high. From the last month, total of 50.82 billion settled. That's $50 billion in the DeFi industry. The number is already up to 84 billion at the moment. We're in the 16th of the month. So decentralized is here to stay, and it is having a field day right about now. In closing, one of these important things we're going to, by the way, before we do this, the Republicans have won control of the House of Representatives, which does mean that we've got some gridlock coming up and that we're going to have to make some changes to some of the crypto policies as we go forward to try to get them through. I don't really want any to go through, but I do realize that there will be. So, going to have to be a little bit more Republican, if you will. Terra's 2.8 defense system, the Luna Foundation Guard audit, says group spent more than 80,000 Bitcoin defending the UST peg. LFG audit by JS held claims group defended UST peg with 2.8 billion in crypto assets on November 16, months after the mid-May Terra stablecoin depegging event. The Luna Foundation Guard published a blog post concerning an audit transparency report that claims the organization spent 2.8 billion in crypto assets defending UST. The one stablecoin, UST, is now called Terra USD Classic, and it's currently trading at 2 cents per unit. Terraform Labs co-founder Do Kwon also tweeted about the audit on Wednesday. A third-party audit of LFG and the TFL's PEG defense activity during May has been published. Now, he has this further. Many of you lost a lot of money in UST. For this, I am sorry. While the system was transparent and open source, I, as its creator, should have understood and communicated its risks better. Now, it was in the white paper. It was covered. He did communicate the risks. Just because everybody didn't understand it and didn't know what the risks were does not mean that he didn't communicate it effectively. People don't care what the risks are when they're making a lot of money. They hope to get out of it before it comes down like a house of cards. And that is exactly what was going on here. And if you got wrecked on it, then I mean, you were trying to take somebody else's investment for you when the price goes up so that you could exit out and make your money. So I mean, this is I don't think he's a guilty party. So that's, I guess, all I'm going to say about it. I think he's I'm not sure he's an angel by any means, but he's not the demon that people say that he is. And with that, it is time to get into technical analysis. Oh yeah, baby. All right, guys, I've added the EMAs over here for the 10-day, 50-day, and 200-day so that you can get kind of a look over here. Basically, what you're going to look for on those is when you see the 200 EMA, if you ever see it get past, that generally means that we're going to go on a massive sort of run. It's always a very good sign when you see the 200 EMA get passed over. When you see it on the way down, then you know that we've got significant downside, right? But also, if you zoom in here and you can see here on my charts, I'm using the 10-day is green, the 50-day is red, and then this one's the 200-day, the purple. So when the green is over the red, we are going up. And if you zoom in here with me right now, then you can look at this and you can see that there was a big distance over here, and that distance is starting to close. So that would indicate to me that we are probably going to see a run in the total crypto market cap. Bitcoin, you're seeing the same thing. They're starting to get themselves together. Hopefully that means we'll have a breakout over this 16.7 number. Ethereum, same thing, but it's down here in this channel at the bottom, and you're seeing this curl, so it's moving back upwards. But it did test these spots in the channel. It's stuck to those spots in the channel. So, we are picking this correctly. But that means that the potential upside over here is only about 1,250 before it hits that resistance point. So if that being said, if you are invested in Ethereum and you are looking to make any kind of switch or swing, be aware of 1,250. This area right here is pretty much about as high as it can go. So that's kind of the way it's going to be. Luna Classic broke out of the descending pennant flag, and I don't know that we have a run yet, but the IBC or some of the IBCs are being reconnected right now, so it is possible that we're going to see a run on Terra Luna pretty soon. Sustained, no, but a run nonetheless. And USTC, same thing, just kind of trending sideways right now. But as we zoom out, I do have this thing in here where it keeps hitting up and down, and I do expect that it's going to come running back up here to about the 55. So big potential move. And as you look through the charts over here, you just see everything's just kind of trending a little soft right now. So let's move over into the DeFi, and you can see Volt is now at 1841. Guys, if I at any point have not told you how bullish I am on Volt, then you're kidding yourself, because it's all I've ever talked about. Or it's what I mostly talk about every day, at least with consistency, is how bullish I am on Volt Inu. Mind you, a couple days ago, this was trading at 30 million market cap. It is now up to 121 million market cap, and it is just getting started. Now, when I say just getting started, I don't want to imply that right now it's about to have a moonshot. It's very possible that it has a nice run. Volta Change being released on, I want to say Saturday, because Saturday is going to be the 11-month anniversary of Volt. So I think symmetry will probably matter because it wasn't released on 11/11. But I do think that we're going to get on a significant sort of run here, and that might be a really good thing. Now, if you move down over here, you can look at Lillian, also just having a banger of a month right now. 9 zeros, 28.36. So you can see how that is running right now, and having a nice sort of recovery from where it was previously. So Dead Connect about dead even. Yin down just a little bit. but moving upwards. Terrarium, everybody's moving a little bit upwards right now. Trump dead in the water down here. It's almost like his campaign right now, just dead in the water at this point. Now, I am not an investor in Trump here, and I don't know that I will be, but I am watching it because I do have some friends here that are talking about it becoming a degen play. But listen, there's only $12,000 in liquidity in it and a $367,000 market cap. So I don't know that I don't know if there's anything good going on with this. So yeah, I'm not sure. But overall, $60 billion traded today, 836 million market cap. FTT token is on its way down again. Finally getting the changeover on Solana and a little positive action out of it, up 6% on the week. So maybe recovered. And then you can see over here that everything is still back in the red, but it doesn't look very bad. By the way, I've been approached, and this is looking dead even for the day on this. So that's it. We're going to get into the chat right now. And oh, yeah. All right. So let's see how everybody's doing first. Let's get in here. What is going on, everybody? So my internet didn't work. So that was just today was a wash, and the internet came back up later on in the day. But you know, it was just by that point there was no opportunity to make videos because I was already at work. So you know, just had to deal with it. Going to rack it upward in the month of December. Actually, that I do think that it's going to have a run. I don't know if Rocket ever applies anymore. I think that we need some clarity in the market. We need some, you know, I think, you know, it's a risk asset. So unless it's a big degen play, then I don't think that it has very much to go for it right now. I think it needs to get the IBC going. And if that, if the bridge is working, then these blockchains can start communicating back and forth. That's going to be huge. So that is going to be the start of a use case. And if that happens, then that'll be, you know, I mean, listen, that's still just step one. It doesn't fix the supply, doesn't fix any of the real underlying issues, but it does fix some of it. What's going on to the Volt army in the house? Yeah, so just lost the internet. Oh God, would not have sexy time with Caroline with Bleeds, Dick. Oh, thanks. Foreign interference in election doesn't matter now. No. And neither does any other made up thing. So did not take half a gummy. Audit released on possible Do Kwon being innocent and the Luna crash due to FTX. Now that it didn't really say all of that, but yes, it really kind of implies that it implies what we said all this time, that Do Kwon, despite that this did happen under his watch and that he should be responsible for it, what is the level of responsibility? And you know, the level of responsibility is he screwed up. Like, decide not to invest with him ever again. If you lost everything off of hubris, which is really what was lost, it's not a crime. It's not illegal. It's also not illegal what Citadel and FTX did. So, you know, that's not illegal either. This is the kind of space where, you know, that kind of seedy scumbag shit that happens every day. Yesterday, Ken Griffin, dark overlord of Citadel, was crying like a little bitch because Sam Bankman-Fried was a mega donor to Democrats. And he treated that like it was a problem. But if the guy's doing it personally, it's not a problem. If that's what his belief is and he's allowed to do it, then it's really okay to do it. It would be okay if you were a Republican too. But I do get his point. he shouldn't do something like that to allow FTX to be noticed as one or the other, or on some side or something like that. But I mean, Jesus Christ, like, everybody has an opinion. He should keep his private, which is really what I think he was trying to say. But Ken Griffin, go fuck yourself. Appreciate that, Ringo. Yeah, it was strange. And yeah, I mean, like, sometimes you take your eye off the prize. I mean, I guess, you can only do so much. Oh, by the way, look, I got a new one here. I hope you guys like this, by the way. This is going to be, I've been working on this. And I know when you look at it, you're going to be like, what did you, like 30 seconds working on it? Well, yeah, but I was thinking about it for a long time. So kiss my ass. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the boss of me, but I have a new design that I want to put out, and I got to check and make sure that's okay. But there we go. And now, without further ado, y'all better like this too, because if you don't like it, you're an asshole, right? All right, tell me what you think. What do you think of that? I'm gonna make since it's wintertime up here in Chicago, I'm gonna make hats, skull caps. I'm gonna make those that say "Believe in Bitcoin," and the Bitcoins are both different sizes. I don't have it exactly right. I don't have it completely worked out, but I feel like it's got a pretty good balance. You can see the B over here is just a little bit too long over here, and the E over here, but it looks generally pretty close. So I'm pretty close on it. Make the Bitcoin symbol larger. Okay, that I can do. That also requires me to put it into something. Oh, you know what? I can do that actually in GIMP. Yeah, so yeah, it can be done. I thought, like, that seemed kind of cool. I was looking around. I was looking at all kinds of different like "Don't Stop Believing" with Journey, because I thought I thought that was kind of cool. But I thought "Believe in Bitcoin" would just kind of be a neat one. And I had one other that I was working on that was not finished, but let's see what you guys think. And if you don't like it, oh well. I didn't do it anyway, so I guess that makes it okay. Where is it? Now the worst part is going to be that I'm not going to be able to find it. I probably deleted it after I did it and said, eh. Yeah, maybe I deleted it. God damn it. Oh well. Maybe I'll run across it at some point. But I had what I thought was going to be just like a kick-ass little idea, and like I'll know it when I see it, and I don't see it. So but I'll tell you what was funny. What was super funny was Del Crypto coming on my show one night and saying, "You better believes it." That was hilarious. Then I got this nugget over here, which you guys like, but you guys didn't find it nearly as awesome as I did, by the way. But I was absolutely, I love this picture. Where did it go? It's not worked completely out, but you can see the whole idea. Yeah, Ellis. I'm just trying to work on it, trying to get it like. Oh, you're not funny, Kai. You're not funny at all. But like, I thought making a spaceship where you can just barely see the B in Bitcoin, and then down at the bottom it would say, "I want to believe." So I thought that was a pretty good idea too. So believes I'm not always right. Oh, man, I don't want to lie to people. Hater, hater, hater. Anyway, so yeah, I can see that. So make the B a little bit bigger, and do it on probably both of them, and then spread it out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to make hoodies. I'm going to make a couple of hoodies of it, and then I'm going to make a couple of like skull caps, and I'll probably just give them out like in drawings and stuff like that. I still got some shirts from Halloween that I never gave away because they were not centered properly, and I was like, yeah, man. Then I just, rather than fight with people over it, I was just like, let's just not do it. So, all right. So Terrarium is on a big dump. Let's go see that. And that's okay. Like, I don't know why people have, like, I don't know why it's such a big deal. And actually, it's not really a big dump, or it is, but it was already here and it's been here for a while. So, like, when you look at it right now and you see that big red down, or you see this big red down, you have to like step back and do some context here. Like, it's trading within this little short channel anyway. So I think that all the people that cry about it, they've cried and they're out, and they might still cry about it. You can't look. It's very difficult in this space to show the maturity to just walk away from something and not try to shit talk it, especially if you're in the influence business. Like I was in a thread today with Ryan Patrick, and Ryan Patrick's generally a good dude, and I don't have a problem in the world with Ryan Patrick, but he was really going in hard. And first of all, he's not invested in Terrarium anymore, and made it known that he was not invested. And so did Austin, and it all started with Awesome Austin because he couldn't stop talking about it either. So then they decided to get in on it, and no credit to Milton, who should have just not been involved and not been complaining about it either. So like that didn't go over well, but why are you still talking about it? And then Ryan Patrick said, because it's news. Well, so is what's going on in the Ukraine, but I don't see Ryan Patrick covering it, right? So is a whole bunch of other things that have been happening. I don't see anything from Ryan Patrick about Volta Change. Volta Change is bigger news than what's going on with Terrarium. What's going on with Lillian is a bigger news to him than what's going on with Terrarium, but he has the time. Look, if you have the time to go after people, you also have the time to go find something positive in the communities and stay away from them. And if it's negative, just don't talk about them anymore. And just say, I don't support it. I'm not part of it. So I don't have any comment on it. And that did the same thing. What I just said did the same thing as, oh my God, get out, because I think magically it's some sort of scam, because all of the sudden I think some doctors are probably trying to rip people off because they would like to get arrested. It's stupid. It's just nonsense. And we all get caught up in it. It's the influencer game, right? If you can't pump something, then you shit on it, and it makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense, but that's what we do. So, okay. So when it comes to crypto B, when it comes to ETH, I'm waiting for it too, but I think it's only going to go to about 1250 before it comes down again. So I don't think that we're going to be able to get maximum effect on Volt. If we do, then it would start to feel like maybe a little bit of a breakout of the pattern that has emerged on Ethereum, because when you actually look at Ethereum, hoping, yes, to see some kind of pump in the other stuff that's tied to it, you can see here that, here we are going back to, what is this? The beginning of November. I guess that's not too far, but that's 8 days. We've been absolutely in this channel, and every time we hit the top, we bounce down. So we hit the top, we hit it right here, down, hit it here, down, hit it here, down, hit it here, down, down, down. And then down here, we hit this and we bounced. We hit here and we bounced. We hit here and we bounced. Now we're just kind of trending on this line. So if we do pump, then it only goes to right here where my mouse is, and that's 1255. So, and that's saying that it goes straight up right about now. if it goes up in the same pattern that it's going right now, then the maximum it's going to do is 1253. And you don't buy the absolute top of it. You get close as you can, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of money to be made at this point, which means that there has to be an adjustment, and that means that it's going to break. But if you look at this and you look at this, it looks like it's going to break to the downside because there's no positivity right there. So it looks like Ethereum is heading for a leg down, and it could always change. That stuff always can change, but it just really looks like that we're headed to the downside on it. So I would like to see some positivity out of it, because think about this. Think about how much that would help the Volt price right now when you consider where Volt is, 1850 right now. If Ethereum was up to 2000 right now, or even 1600 right now, that would be a 33% increase, which would mean this would be 15% higher, which means that this would be over 2000 already. So, it just continues to soar. And let's see, what's our value here? Our value proposition on it is 11.46 ETH. So my bag right now is worth 11.467 ETH. So I'm not, by the way, I'm not even, I know I did that thing the other day talking about the apple tree and stuff like that. I don't need any apples. So I'm not looking to pull out any of them. And I have another bag in BitGet. So, and by the way, I need to, who else? Is there anybody in here who's doing Volt trading on a platform that's not BitGet, that uses the Volt USDT wrap and is in America? What exchange should I send that to? Crypto.com. I know you can't trade, but if you got it and you don't mind losing what it might become, then take it. Don't be scared to take the, don't take a bite. Don't be afraid to take a bite of the apple. Are you still in shift? Are you still bullish? I'm absolutely still in shift. I'm absolutely still bullish. I do. In fact, at this point, I just sympathize with Heavyweight, because he did not get what he really, really wanted, which was for this thing to work right out of the gate. And just that it was just going to go. And it just hasn't worked. So, we're just going to kind of I'm looking here. All right. So he said from the app developer, and this was today, it looks like, yeah. So today he said, I'm hoping to confirm a time and date today. I'm waiting to hear back. So it looks like, and of course, you're dealing with people's skepticism and stuff like that. And that is okay. It's okay for you to be skeptical, because this is not for everyone. But he says, there seems to be a new issue every week. I don't live anywhere near Demon to go visit him. I've explained this many times. This ain't what we wanted. We've become more active back in Twitter. I will update you guys when I have an update. I'm always here. I just need time from you guys. It could have been easy for me to just sit back and say, I quit, but I maintain that this is not, and I will not do this. My resources are limited. I can't be like the other devs always in the chat. I could sit here and come up with many narratives. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not able to keep everybody happy. I'm sorry about this, but weekly I face the same fight in here. For those who know me, they know I won't give up. I wholeheartedly apologize for this. I genuinely do. I love nothing more than to enjoy the fruits of our app, but it hasn't happened yet, but it will. I am sorry. I will set some dates in the next 24 hours for the devs to come in and speak. Again, I don't want any hate. I know this is shit, but this wasn't my intention. And what happened was they got the app ready. They started testing it, and it didn't work right. So I'm still sitting on it, and I am still deep in it, and I'm not going anywhere. I trust this guy. I talked to Pan. He was, he did an AMA on my channel. So, I still think that the project is gonna, it's gonna have its moment, and I think it's gonna be just kick ass. And what is the contract? Hold on one second. I actually have to go to Brew Labs for this. Ain't that a bitch? Oh my god, I hate this fucking. There we go. All right. So we're gonna go to. Give me 1 second. I got to find this thing here just to make sure that I got the right contract address. And by the way, I've got my tokens staked in here, and I've had them staked in here forever. So like I'm not even worried about it. Here we go. So it is. There we go. And the address. Funny thing is, it ends in DeFi, DEFI. And there you go, Tron. That's the address for Shift. But I mean, once they have the app working, and again, it didn't work out the way they wanted it to. And I mean, nothing does in crypto. It never really does. So no big deal. It'll work when it works. As long as these guys are doing it, cool. Dave D, I still have hope for BTFA. I'm going to have them on here to talk about the new path forward. In case you guys didn't know, Sway is one of my neighbors. So, I talked to him on the phone Saturday night, and I think that he really wanted something more to happen. But listen, people are toxic in this space. They're looking for a reason to be mad at you. They're looking for a reason to be angry. They're looking for a reason to blame you for their investment. By the same token, you're investing in a project. You're not investing in a person all the time. You're never really investing in the person. If that person does it for you, if it makes you feel like, oh, like this guy understands what I need him to understand about something, sure. But at the end of the day, Sway can't make something happen if he doesn't have a lot of support from people. And people just turned against him. They turned against him because there were people who were attacking him from all different sides. They were doing that because he was in $2 billion projects, made a lot of money. He's a successful guy, and he's been able to take advantage of that, and he's been able to use his money to finance BTFA for a long period of time. So he was in a good space, and then people started attacking and started talking shit about his family. I mean, crypto is an odd game. There are a lot of grown men that think that, oh, maybe if I threaten his kids, he'll make this product be more valuable. Like, it's just stupid. So now there's a new team, and I told them they can come on here at any time and they can talk about the project. So that's what will hopefully happen. But anyway, now it is time for me. Got to go walk the dog. So thank you for coming in. This is not financial advice. My name is Bleaves. I'm always right. We will talk to you guys again soon. I will have breakfast for Bleaves in the morning. Xfinity was all over my building this morning, by the way. When I got there, they were just all over. There was like 3 Xfinity trucks. So I should have known as I was pulling up that there was something wrong. And just had no internet. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with everything, by the way. Yesterday, by the way, just a piece of information. A lot of the Asian market right now looks pretty negative, but the European market yesterday dealt with some inflation numbers that they didn't like, and they started to dump on the price. And they usually don't do that 2 days in a row, so maybe we'll have that little run up to 1250 that I was just talking about. Maybe we'll see that tonight before the American market comes in. And then we'll see how the American market reacts to the jobs report. The jobs report should be out at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, we should know pretty much what the job numbers look like, and we'll get some headlines, and it's going to be whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure what people are looking for at this point. I do think that the jobs report, they're looking for a lot more people filing for unemployment. That would indicate that what the Fed is doing is working, and an increase in unemployment. So if we're at what 3.1 or 3 point, like just a ridiculously low number, if we can get that number up a little bit and it looks worse, then it's better for all the markets. So this makes it, what's going on right now, by the way, in finance makes absolutely no sense. If you just kind of look at it for a little while, like just there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning. You have a good night, and we'll talk to you again very, very, very soon.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I want you to go